Last night's date fizzled out before it could even begin. As we left the restaurant, before sliding into my car, she asked, "Is this rented? Because if it is, I'm not bothering with this." I didn't snap or try to justify myself. Instead, I gave her a calm smile, said farewell, and drove off, leaving her standing by the sidewalk. It was a quiet, deliberate choice. The next morning, my phone was flooded, 21 missed calls from her, starting just after midnight and growing more frequent as the sun came up. Texts piled up too. The early ones were bold, questioning what my issue was. Then they shifted to confusion, asking if I was all right. The final batch was frantic, a flood of apologies and pleas for a second chance. I skimmed through them, feeling little beyond exhaustion. I brewed some coffee and got on with my day. Her name's Jenna. We'd been dating for roughly 2 months, and the warning signs were always there. I just overlooked them. She constantly critiqued people's outfits, their cars, their neighborhoods. It wasn't just noticing, it was judging, always measuring everyone up. My friends picked up on it. My sister, Carla, straight up called her a gold digger, but I brushed it off, thinking Carla was just looking out for me. For clarity, the car's a 3-year-old Lexus. Nothing extravagant, but it's spotless, dependable, and fully paid for. It's mine. That she'd assume it was a rental, or care either way, was the breaking point. It wasn't about the car itself, it was her cold, calculated view of the world and of me. Some context. Jenna lives in a small apartment building my family owns, a modest 6-unit property my grandfather purchased years ago. We don't handle it directly anymore. Our property manager, Mr. Henderson, a no-frills retired cop who knew my grandpa, takes care of everything. When Jenna needed a place, I pulled a favor and asked him to give her a discounted friends and family rate, shaving about $400 off the market rent. It was an informal deal, not written into her standard 1-year lease. After clearing out her calls and texts, I dug up the email Mr. Henderson sent when she moved in, complete with a scanned copy of her signed lease. I spent a few minutes reviewing the standard terms, then called him. "Mr. Henderson, it's Mark. Got a second?" "For you always," he grunted, the faint sound of a morning news show in the background. "What's the problem? Don't tell me your girlfriend's griping about the water pressure again." "It's about her," I said. "We're done. I need you to raise her rent to the full market rate, starting as soon as her lease allows." A brief pause. "You okay, kid?" His voice softened. He'd known me since I was a kid. "I'm fine," I replied. "Just tying up a loose end. The discount was personal and it's done." "All right," he said, back to business. "Her lease requires 30 days written notice for rent changes. I'll draft the notice today, citing Section 4B, Rent and Charges, which allows adjustments to non-fixed discounts with proper notice. It's standard but airtight. I'll date it today, September 9th, and post it on her door this afternoon. Rent goes up November 1st. "Thanks, Mr. Henderson. I owe you." "No big deal," he said. "Never liked her anyway. Always acted like she was doing me a favor by paying rent, which, by the way, was late twice." I tucked that detail away. He hung up, and I felt a wave of relief, like a clean cut to a nagging problem. The rest of the day was calm. I went to work, came home, cooked dinner. Around 7 p.m., my phone pinged, a text from Jenna. "A rent increase? Are you serious?" I didn't respond. Another text. "This is because of last night, isn't it? You're punishing me. This is crazy." Then another. "My landlord says the owners approved it. That's you. You're pathetic." I kept watching my movie. A call came in. I let it go to voicemail. Her message was a minute of raw fury, her voice sharp, calling me petty and cruel, claiming she couldn't afford the extra $400 a month, and that I was trying to ruin her life. It was theatrical. I listened, deleted it, and savored the quiet in my apartment. The next phase hit through our mutual friends. Dave, who introduced us, was part of our bigger group that met for trivia or weekend cookouts. On Thursday, 2 days after the date, my phone buzzed with a text from him. "Hey, what's up with Jenna? She's tearing up the group chat, saying you lost it on her." I sighed, expecting this. I texted back. "I didn't lose it. I ended the date. That's all. Ask her why." Dave replied. She's saying you left her in a sketchy area at night, and you've been hassling her landlord. The lies were so obvious. Hassling her landlord? Dave, Mr. Henderson's 70 and practically family, he used to babysit me. And I didn't abandon her. I left her outside a 5-star restaurant in the city's safest area after she insulted me. What did she say? He asked. I typed her exact words. She asked if my car was a rental because if it was, she wasn't wasting her time. Dave took a moment to respond. Wow. Okay, that's rough. Meanwhile, Jenna was playing the victim in the group chat, which I wasn't part of. Screenshots from another friend, Sarah, showed Jenna claiming I had a temper, was unstable, and had spitefully raised her rent. She was crafting a tale of a wronged woman against a maniac. Sarah texted me, "Mark, you need to say something. People are buying her story." I considered it. Debating in a group chat was futile. It'd just be my word against hers, and she was better at drama. I needed something clear, indisputable. I checked my call log from Monday morning, and took a screenshot showing 21 calls from Jenna, from 12:08 a.m. to 7:45 a.m. A cascade of desperation. I sent it to Sarah. "Can you add me to the chat for a sec?" She did. I waited for a pause in the conversation, then posted the screenshot. No caption, no comment, just the image. The chat went dead for 2 minutes. Then Kevin, a friend, wrote, "Whoa, 21 missed calls." Dave added, "That's not the vibe of someone abandoned and scared." Jenna started typing a rush of excuses. "He's twisting it. I was worried about him. I thought something happened. He wasn't answering." But her story of being a frightened victim didn't match the evidence of her relentlessly calling me. It looked like someone who realized they'd lost their meal ticket. I saw her typing again, likely prepping another round of lies. Before she could send, I posted, "I'm not here to argue. Believe what you want." Then I had Sarah remove me from the chat. My phone went quiet, then a few private messages came in. "Dave, sorry man. Should have known better. She's always been about the cash." "Kevin, you handled that like a pro. Let me know if you need anything." Her narrative collapsed with one piece of evidence. The weekend was peaceful. I hiked, watched a movie, enjoyed the calm. I thought the worst was done. The rent was adjusted, our friends knew the truth, and I figured she'd fade away. I was mistaken. The next battle involved my family. There was one lingering issue, a personal item. A month into dating, we attended a charity gala, and I let her borrow my grandmother's vintage watch. Elegant, understated, and deeply sentimental. I rarely lent out family heirlooms, but she persuaded me, saying her dress needed the perfect accessory. I foolishly agreed. I'd asked about it once before our fallout and she dodged. "It's in my jewelry box. I'll give it back next time we meet." That next time was never happening. On Monday, I sent a direct text. "Jenna, I need my grandmother's watch back. Let me know when I can pick it up this week." Her reply an hour later. "I'm swamped with work and don't feel safe seeing you right now. You've been hostile." I wasn't playing along. "I'm not asking to meet. I'm collecting my property. Leave it with the doorman, or I'll come by when you're home. It'll take 5 minutes." Her next text. "I'm not sure where it is. I might have lost it." That sparked a flash of anger. Lost a unique family heirloom? I knew she was lying. A final attempt to control me. I wasn't letting her win. I called my sister, Carla, and filled her in. She was livid. "I told you she was no good, Mark," she said. "Here's the plan. We're not asking anymore. We're going to her place." "She won't let me in," I said. "She'll let us in," Carla replied, her tone steely. "She won't want her neighbors seeing her block your sister, especially when we're calm and polite. We'll be firm but composed." Carla was always sharper in confrontations. Before we went, she did something clever. She checked Jenna's social media. Sure enough, there was a photo from last weekend, Jenna at brunch, wearing my grandmother's watch. Carla saved the image, noting the date. Then she went further. Our mom had all the family jewelry appraised years ago. Carla called her, and soon we had a scanned appraisal for the watch, detailing its description, serial number, and $5,000 replacement value, clearly tied to my grandmother's estate. Carla printed the photo and appraisal. Now we've got her, she said, holding the documents. The next evening, we went to Jenna's building, my family's building. I buzzed her unit from the lobby. Who's there? Her voice crackled. Mark and Carla, I said evenly. We're here for the watch. We're not leaving without it. Silence. I told you I don't know where it is. Let us in, Jenna, Carla said sharply. Or we can talk in the lobby. I'm sure Mr. Henderson would love to join. Mentioning him worked. The lock buzzed and we went up. She cracked the door, dressed in sweatpants, glaring. What do you want? The watch, Jenna. I said, voice steady. I can't find it, she insisted, glancing between us. Carla silently held up her phone, showing the brunch photo from 3 days ago. Jenna paled. That doesn't mean anything, she stammered. Carla then showed the appraisal, pointing to the watch's description. This confirms it's a valuable family heirloom. You're wearing it in a photo after saying it's lost. This is theft. Jenna stared at the paper, then at Carla's unwavering gaze. Her defiance crumbled. No friends to manipulate, no chat to spin. Just us, with proof in her hallway. She shut the door. We waited. A minute later, she opened it and shoved the watch into my hand. Her face a mix of anger and shame. Satisfied? She snapped. Yes, I said, checking the clasp to ensure it was intact, then pocketing it. Thank you. We turned and left without another word. I felt her eyes on us as we walked to the elevator, but I didn't look back. The watch's weight in my pocket was a massive relief, the last tie to her gone. A month later, the saga closed. Her lease ended in October, and Mr. Henderson told me she didn't renew. She tried fighting the rent hike, even threatening legal action, but he pointed to her signed lease and said he was following the owner's orders, my orders. She had no ground to stand on. He'd already lined up a new tenant, a young couple happy to pay full rent. I hadn't seen or heard from Jenna since the watch incident. The friend group splintered. Some sided with her, but most stayed neutral, avoiding the drama. Dave and a few others reached out, and we started hanging out separately, which suited me fine. One Saturday, I was at a coffee shop, reading by the window. I glanced up and saw a shiny new Mercedes park outside. The kind Jenna always admired. She was in the passenger seat. A man in his late 50s, sharply dressed but visibly irritated, got out. Their body language said it all. He gestured sharply, she argued back, her face tense. He said something that made her wince, pointed at her, shook his head, and walked into the bank next door, leaving her in the car. She sat staring ahead, rigid with frustration. For a second, I felt something, not pity, but a detached realization. She'd found a new, wealthier target, but the pattern was unchanged. Her life revolved around someone else's money, a shaky, stressful existence. She looked caged. I finished my coffee, paid, and walked to my car, passing the Mercedes. She was on her phone, scrolling, and didn't notice me. I got into my Lexus, the same one that sparked all this. It felt familiar, comfortable, mine. I started the engine, pulled out, and drove off. I didn't glance back.